fresh breeze is blowing through the world of Japanese tea thanks to this Frenchman, Stephane Danton. Danton creates flavoured green tea. He does this by adding elements to the green tea that people in Japan are accustomed to drinking. His creations offer a very appealing new look, aroma, and of course taste to tea. This is delicious boiled with milk. You're drinking roasted green tea, but with a sweet fragrance. At a time when the drinking of Japanese tea is on the wane in Japan, Danton's flavoured green teas have become popular with young people, and especially women. With the translucent clarity of wine and a fresh aroma, his flavoured teas are opening new horizons for Japanese tea. Today we'll explore a new way of tea introduced by Stephane Danton, a revolutionary from France.
Hello and welcome to Begin Japanology. I'm Peter Barakan. Today we present another in our series of Japanophiles. Today I'm in Kichijoji, which is a western suburb of Tokyo. It's only a short train ride into the center of town, but it has a kind of villagey feel which is popular with young people and artistic types. And today I've come here to visit a Frenchman called Stephane Danton, who has a tea shop here where he sells and also serves on the premises Japanese tea, but done in his own unique style. And this is the shop right here on the corner.
Hello.
Stephane, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I see all these tea chests on the shelves here. It's amazing, so many different kinds of tea.
Yes, I have nearly 25, 30 kind of tea, yes.
Wow.
That I blend by myself.
Really?
Yes. Would you like to show you one?
Sure.
I'll show you one. This is this one. This one is, for example, the
La
pear.
France.
La
Pears.
France, yes. It's like that.
Oh, I can already.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's the way that I introduce my tea. So
That's fantastic. It really does smell of pears.
Japanese tea is known above all for its striking green colour. Actually, Japanese tea is made from the same tea leaves as black tea. But while the leaves are oxidized to make black tea, in making Japanese green tea they are heat treated with steam to inhibit oxidation. Because of this, even when the leaves are processed and steeped, they retain their greenness. Six years ago, Danton began adding flavours to traditional Japanese tea to create a new kind of tea. How does he develop his innovative flavoured teas? Today, he is blending sudachi, a Japanese citrus fruit, into some tea. This is sudachi flavouring. Danton holds to three principles of tea blending. First, make it pleasingly fragrant to the nose. Second, ensure the blends show off the tea leaves themselves with colours that please the eye. This is like putting makeup on. It's to make the tea look prettier for the customers. Finally, it should please the taste buds. It all boils down to making the tea delicious. He steeps the leaves in 3 batches to anticipate different uses. 1 batch for 1 minute, 1 for 2 minutes, and 1 for 3 minutes. If the taste is consistent, then he has a potential product. Danton is the only person in his shop who can develop blends. Over the course of a year, he comes up with, at most, 3 new flavoured teas. He offers customers only those he has confidence in, following exhaustive evaluation.
I've been living in Japan for a long, long time, and I think I've probably tried just about every kind of Japanese tea. Most of them I like, but regular green tea to this day is not something that I really enjoy drinking. There's something about it, there's a kind of bitterness or something, and it has that very green smell to it, which I don't find particularly attractive.
It was the same for me when I came. When I came at the beginning, you don't know so much about green tea, Japanese green tea especially. Huh? But at this time when I drank for the first time, I said, it's not my cup of tea. Or you say it's not my cup of tea, like we used to say in English. Huh? And I said, but the product by itself was interesting. So, and for me, it's 18 years and I'm in Japan, 19 years and I'm in Japan, and I learned to enjoy the Japanese tea.
So, we have in a wine glass here. What do we have here?
Yes, this one is La France. It's a pear tea.
All right.
But I do this tea only with water. Just have a
Let's
taste.
try it. Yeah.
Yes. I have to seems like wine. I have to smell, and it's
Oh, that's interesting because the fragrance is quite strong, but you hardly taste it at all.
yeah, it's not
But
normal.
it has a very light taste and it doesn't have the bitterness.
And that's fit to the French food or something like that. I mean, even with the European food or I mean other food than Japanese food, that's fit as well. I mean, you don't have any, sweetness or you don't have anything like that, so you can
It's a
enjoy
very
the
neutral.
flavor.
Yeah, it's a very neutral taste. Let's try something hot then, shall we?
Yeah, I have some tea that I serve with milk. It's a roast tea.
Oh, the
Just before-
hojicha.
Yeah, hojicha. This one is served with. I boil that with milk. It's beautiful.
Oh, really?
Yeah. This one. Okay, that's for you. It's completely different. Just enjoy it.
So, which flavor is this?
This one is chocomint. And on the top, I put some black pepper.
Oh,
Yes.
why do you do that?
Same like chai, Same than chai.
Oh, okay.
I mean to
Okay.
take the
Indian.
aromas a little bit more stronger.
Ooh, that's excellent.
It just depends on the person who. But that's the way to drink the tea. I mean, there is not only one way. There's plenty of ways to appreciate
Oh,
to
wow.
enjoy tea.
Oh,
I
that's
put-
excellent.
Yes.
Hojicha
Depends on the person,
it's very fragrant anyway,
Oh,
hojicha,
yes.
and I like it. I love it as it is. I've never had it with milk before, but the chocolate mint, again, the mint you don't feel, just a very
very slight.
weak, faint hint of the mint, but the chocolate is in there, but it's not oppressive either. Really, you're a very good
All
blender.
the product that I'm doing, I have to keep the basic thing. For example, if I prepare some tea with some hojicha, I have to keep the hojicha taste until the end.
Yeah.
If I prepare some green tea with some taste, I have to keep the green tea taste. I don't need. I don't want to throw it away. The taste of the real product.
That would be a waste. This is a hit.
Stephane Danton was born in the city of Lyon in 1964. He attended a trade school where he studied hotel management and also earned a qualification as a sommelier. Later he moved to Paris and worked at a Japanese-owned hotel and then as a tour guide for a travel agency. Danton sought success in the wine import business, so at the age of 28 he came to Japan. But he was unable to find the kind of job he was hoping for in the Japanese wine industry. Instead, he ended up working for a specialist black tea merchant and as a bridal consultant. He traveled all over Japan on business. One day he found himself gazing at the tea plantations that cloaked the hillsides in Shizuoka Prefecture. They reminded him of the vineyards of his native Lyon. Eventually an idea began to take shape. He would reinvent Japanese tea as a high value-added product like French wine.
I'm just thinking, when did you first come up with the idea of flavored Japanese tea?
I was working for a consultant inside the wedding hall, like in Japan. Yeah.
Oh, really?
I travel all around Japan at this time because all my customers were all around Japan. And at this time, the thing that is what was shocking for me, it was that they have such a nice kind of product in Japan. They are always using the Chinese oolong tea because it's very easy to sell.
At parties?
You have other things to give to your customers, I thought. And I remember the time when I was working in Tokyo inside some French tea shop. We always used to do some, cold tea for the customers. And always, the person who drank that was quite happy about it. I said, that is a business. I thought that was a business.
Yeah, that's interesting because I've noticed that as well. When you go to a party, like a wedding party, typically, they'll have beer and wine and other alcoholic drinks, but if you don't want to have an alcoholic drink, you have a choice of maybe, recently, as you said, oolong tea.
Oolong tea, orange juice. Yeah, everything is
Ginger
sweet.
ale.
Ginger ale. Everything is sweet. They don't suit to the food.
So anyway, you decided here was something that you could make into a business. And then where did the idea for the flavors come from?
And at this time, what shall I do? It's try to export the tea, because I know that it's not so much common in Europe. And the thing was, when you want to do something, for example, abroad, for some person who don't know about how the product, the best way is to adapt your product to them.
Which is something typically Japanese people wouldn't think to do.
No, so they want to bring some culture. But me, it was different. I wanted to export tea in Europe. So the thing was that I need to look after the way and how do you call that? Shokubunka.
Food culture, I suppose.
Food culture. And for example, in Europe, when we speak about tea, most of the famous thing is flavor tea.
Yeah.
That's the way that the person enjoy tea at the beginning. If I want to introduce the Japanese tea, the thing that I have to do is to put some flavor. That will be the keyword.
Okay.
And let's start like that.
Okay.
Yeah, because I don't have, the how to say, cultural background with me.
Okay.
So for me, it's not a cultural product, this one. For me, it's only one product.
I think, yes, I know what you're trying to say. In Japan, tea comes with, or most Japanese cultural things come with a lot of cultural baggage. Like, for example, when it's green tea, you have to hold the cup in a certain way. You have to sit in a certain way.
Yes, they go by the top of the pyramid, always. And that is not the best way to make some fun, Okay. You can't be accessible only to the person who knows already the product.
Yeah.
I have to start by the bottom and make a big bottom very easy to get in. And that's the way that I'm doing.
Okay. It's kind of an American approach to business, maybe, but maybe not necessarily American.
Not necessarily, but that's my Stephane approach.
Okay.
That's my approach, because like I am sommelier, I know about the wine, and the thing that I did the same approach for the same approach to the tea than I learned for the wine.
Okay.
And that
you start off with cheap table wine.
Yes, start with the cheap things. Just introduce that. Just make them that very accessible to everybody. It's very easy after to explain them. The difference, and like that you start to going, but just on the top.
Right.
In 2005, Danton opened a shop in Kichijoji, Tokyo. 3 years later came an important turning point. Danton's tea was featured in the Japanese pavilion at Expo Zaragoza 2008 in Spain. This was a breakthrough moment, a showcase for the teas that reflected his expertise as a sommelier and his own refined taste. Danton debuted a new flavoured tea he had created by adding the dried peel of Valencia oranges and their essential oils to green tea. People loved it. Thanks to this success, he drew a lot of attention in Japan. As soon as he returned from Spain, he was selected as a judge for a contest sponsored by Shizuoka City, featuring green tea from all over the world. In February 2011, he was invited to address the Shizuoka Economic Federation. Before an audience of 700 people involved in tea production, he talked about how to improve the situation for Japanese tea. Slowly but surely, Danton is leading a revolution in the traditional world of Japanese tea.
Was there a particular point when you realized, I know this is going to work, I know I can make a success of this?
Really, at the beginning when I started the shop, I didn't thought that so much Japanese have to come to my shop. So I need to develop as soon as possible, you know, the foreign market.
Okay.
But in fact, I am busy only in Japan, actually. I didn't expect so much understanding by the Japanese. Yeah, I have a lot of young Japanese who didn't used to drink tea, forgot to drink tea, don't know what does it mean to drink tea. But always, every person like that came back to my shop and come to my shop and used to buy that, and it's quite interesting.
It's an interesting, I guess, illustration of how culture is changing a little bit.
It's changing, yes. Yeah. It's changing. Maybe it's they want to try to discover a new kind of culture. In fact, the customers really accept my product quite well, and quite interesting. And when I went in Europe, it was the same. For example, I did Expo Universal in Saragossa.
Yeah.
That was in 2008 in Saragossa. I prepared the tea for the Japanese pavilion.
Okay.
During 93 days, I served 970,000 cup of tea.
That's like 10,000 cups of tea a day.
Yeah, after 30,000 will be 1 million of tea. That was a very good thing in Spain.
Really?
Yeah, that was a big start for me.
To me, that's fascinating, because normally you'd think for a Japanese pavilion in an international expo, they would be taking the top-class tea that is regarded as the best in Japan, and would just be giving it out to everybody and saying, this is Japanese culture.
I know, they asked me at this time.
They asked me.
Fascinating. And it was just a small anecdote about that. When they asked me, they said, okay, Stephane, we serve the tea to the place, so of course we just used, each person have to come, nearly 1 million of tea, and they tell me, Stephane, do you think that we need to bring the water from Japan? I said, forget it. I said, forget it. I said, if you, for example, bring the water from Japan, the tea will be good, of course, will be really good. But maybe don't fit to Spanish. And there is one more thing, If they drink one beautiful tea during the exposition, and you say, oh, tea is a nice product, and if, for example, after 3 months or 4 months or 1 year, they go to Barcelona, to Madrid, to Alicante, I don't know where, and they buy some, Japanese tea, that's good. And if they prepare this tea with the Spanish water, has to be different.
Okay.
So I said, no way. I said, if we go to make some tea in Spain, we will do the tea with the Spanish water. And in fact, it was good. Nothing changed. 970,000 persons drink the tea with Spanish water without any trouble. And we are still selling some tea in Spain, of course.
Danton's success is built on close ties with tea farmers. Kawane Honcho is a small town of just 8,000 people in Shizuoka Prefecture. There is a tea plantation here from which Danton has been buying tea for the last 5 years. Early May brings the first tea harvest of the year. Called new tea or first tea, this is considered especially tasty. Kawane Honcho is located at an elevation of 600 meters, which means that the temperature varies quite widely over the course of a day. This imparts depth of flavor and sweetness to tea leaves. Danton has come to evaluate the quality of this year's crop with his own eyes, nose and tongue. It's fantastic! Such a great sensation! You should try it! The pursuit of cost-effectiveness has prompted many tea plantations to fully mechanize their operations. Fewer and fewer growers retain hands-on methods on site like this. But Danton regards it as crucial to work with producers who can meet his detailed requests for the steaming and rolling of the leaves. As they sip an infusion of freshly picked tea, Danton and the tea farmers discuss the crop. It seems to have a certain thickness.
Thickness? You mean body?
Yes, body. To me, thickness seems the best word. In any case, it's delicious. We count on him. When we go to Tokyo, we always stop by to see him. We really count on him.
When you first went to Kawane in Shizuoka, I don't expect they were used to seeing Frenchmen coming along to see their tea fields. Was it easy or hard to do business with them in the beginning?
This was quite hard. I mean, at the beginning when I went to, for example, to the tea fields, it wasn't especially Kawane. I turned around, I tried to find by myself one story who fit to me, one place who fit to my story.
Okay.
And I turned around like that. At this time I didn't make any contact with anybody. And when I found one place who fit to me, this place was in Kawane.
Right.
And at the beginning I just buy tea by myself, but without to ask anything. Don't say, for example, I want to make a tea shop in Tokyo or do something like that. No. I just went to the place, just buy the thing that I needed, come back to Tokyo, just sell it, and make a lot of fun about this tea, and just order some more tea. And at this time, they think that it's very strange. With French, we use quite a lot, buy quite a lot of tea. What are you doing? And they ask me.
Oh, they started to ask you questions.
Ask me why. I said, no, I'm Kichiyoji and I do a tea shop. You do a tea shop by yourself in Kichiyoji? And like that. And that was the story. But I had already, 2 times or 3 times that I buy some tea. I know I had already one, what do you call that? Jiseki.
Okay, you became a regular customer.
Yeah, and little by little I gave them, how do you call that?
Trust?
Trust, yes, that's right.
Okay.
And it's what I'm doing, still now.
Okay. Did you explain to them that you were making flavor tea?
Yeah, of course.
So what was their reaction when you told them you were doing flavor tea?
When I spoke with the farmer was very glad about that because they would like to know where they live, go. And they said, I want to export that. Oh, could be very interesting. The market in Japan is very, saturated, not saturated, but the market in Japan is very short, limited, yeah.
Okay.
So most of them said, we used to, before we prepared the tea 3 times a year. Actually, we'll take only once because we are not able to sell the second time or the third time.
Oh, really?
So it's like that.
Okay.
The business is quite damaged. And I said, I want to export that, make drinking them. Every person make drinking them some Japanese tea, and the farmer, most of the farmers are very welcome. Very welcome to my way of thinking.
And as long as they can sell you their tea, they don't really mind what you're doing with it. But
no, they might. Of course they might. Because they know that they make all the effort to get some very nice product.
Sure.
And it's true that when Stephane said, okay, we'll use your product to put some flavor inside, and I need to explain them why did I have such kind of approach. And they understood about it.
Did you give them a tasting?
Of course. Of course, when I make a new product, always my product goes to the farmer, and always I ask him, what do you think about?
Yeah.
Of course I am listening about that.
Is the reaction generally positive?
Yeah, I have both.
Okay.
I have sometimes some nice reaction. Sometimes Stephane, what? So I got something is a little bit different. But in fact, they are drinking it. They give me them own, how do you say, them own
feedback?
Feedback, yeah, for that, and it's quite interesting.
Okay.
6 years I'm doing this kind of job. Actually, they ask me which kind of tea I would like. I mean, they make some tea for me. Because the Japanese tea, you have to boil the leaves, you have to dry the leaves, you have to roll the leaves. And actually, they ask me which kind of tea I need. If I need, for example, a little bit more boiled, or if I need a little bit more raw. Yeah, it's quite interesting.
Really?
So, it's just
so you're really getting quite deeply involved in the process.
And very involved in the process. And I want to keep this position.
In 2010, as an expression of gratitude to Kawane Honcho, Danton invited 20 local people to a dinner party. He and a friend who is a French chef prepared and served the meal. The menu was a full course of French cuisine made from local ingredients. Served with the meal, of course, was Danton's flavoured tea. Danton wanted to let them know that there are still many new possibilities for Kawane Honcho's produce.
Most of them were very happy about that, and everybody was, Stephane, thank you, Stephane, thank you. This was quite nice. You need to give to receive, I need to, yeah, it's the way, I mean. I work with them.
Okay.
And that's maybe for them is quite strange. It's so that if I am so much accept actually.
Sure.
Because I did quite a big step, you know, to go to meet them. And like I did like that by myself without to ask them anything, of course, everybody's coming back.
All right, and finally, this is a question that I have to ask all of our Japanophile guests. What does Japan mean to you?
The key of my success. Key of my success, yes. I will keep my identity on, but definitely I need Japan as well, actually. Like they need me, I think. I mean, it's very easy, and all my family are Japanese, and the child are both Japanese and both French, but I will stay French. And I said very easily like that, the key of my success. But I need them to be able to success, and they need me maybe to be able to success abroad.
Okay, so it's kind of mutual need.
Yeah, of course.
I certainly think you have a hit business on your hands, and I wish you all the best with it.
I tried to keeping on, going on.
Danton is a popular figure around his neighbourhood. Today he's visiting a tapas restaurant, a 5-minute walk from his shop. I brought you some tea. He has brought his newest blend of flavoured tea as a gift. Balancing his own interests with those of others in a spirit of sharing, Stephane Danton is exploring new horizons in Japanese culture. Next time on Begin Japanology, we present another episode of Japanophiles. Our guest is the US ceramic artist Dorothy Feibelman, who is renowned for her audacious yet delicate translucent porcelain creations.